Hi again, fellow lights and light travelers. This week's reading seems to have brought through a message A from a Luna moth. I had one visit me the other day and it came through on the card, and I've been meaning to read, so I had that feeling. I had a feeling that message was going to come through. It speaks a little bit about maybe some indecision that's going on currently in your life. Possibly, if you feel compelled to watch this, if it resonates, take what resonates, and if not, leave the rest. Indecision, victory, and some transitions. There's some wonderful little tidbits that come through about collective and soul groups. So if you feel called to watch, please do. Thank you again for being here, and I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye. Hello again, fellow lights and light travelers. Welcome again to Light Journeys Tarot. I'm so grateful that you are here joining me again, allowing me to read into this collective energy field. As you know, I've already set up my space. I've called in my guides. Only the highest good intentions come through. As always, I am reading current energies as they stand. I like to caveat that you have free will. This is your life to live. Don't let anyone tell you that anything is set in any particular way, that there's no way that things will change. Life is change, is this experience, and it is your, hopefully, loving intention choices that help affect how things go in this earth. So I'm going to read energies as they stand. Please take what resonates, leave the rest, and move forth in the highest love and light. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and see what message Spirit wants to bring through for you today. I am using the Fifth Spirit Tarot deck again. I just feel very connected to this deck. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what messages want to come through. All right, Spirit, what messages? What message would like to come through for the collective? What message is wanting to come through for this collective? I'm trusting the stop. The Two of Swords. I'm going to speak on this. I actually had a Luna moth come the other day, and I've been meaning to do a reading on the Luna moth, so I feel like this is tying into that, so we're going to get into it. The Six of Wands. And Judgment. All right. So the Two of Swords often speaks to indecision, right? There's this decision point that you're at and you feel stuck at a bit of a crossroads. I want to speak to the Luna moth. Essentially, the other week I had one visit and I felt like I needed to do a reading, and then every single time I did a reading, I just let the cards fall the way the cards fell. And this week, the fact that this particular card is coming through, I feel like now is the time to speak to that, right? So this is being about stuck in indecision. Luna moths are about transformation and rebirth. They're about embracing the light in the darkness, right? They're often a symbol of good luck. So with this coming through, I feel like there is a message coming from Spirit, from your guides, from whatever energies that are positive that are bringing this through, whatever spirits, guides, angels are coming through with, although you feel indecisive in this moment, good luck lies ahead. To embrace the fact that there have been moments of dark, but you've always found your way to the light. You've always found your way to the light, okay? Just like, you know, butterflies, moths go into that chrysalis phase and emerge. What's interesting about the Luna moth is that in its adult phase, I believe, and I don't know if it's both male and female, but I believe with the male, it could be both, that they live for a week. What I feel like this is bringing across is either your indecision will not last long, or the fact that no matter what happens, the beauty of the moment, the beauty of what is transpiring, the beauty of that process that you're going through is going to lead to the light. What's beautiful is making the most of this moment and trusting. And also, Luna moths are good luck. So I may have said that already, but I just want to reiterate, they are good luck. So see this as a good omen. You may be feeling indecisive, but this is a sign of good luck. I am drawn to the eyes being closed. This could be in your indecision. You're being invited to delve into the deeper waters of your consciousness. The moons for me symbolizes, and what I'm feeling is like nighttimes, dreaming state, meditation. So it could be in your indecision, you know, that phrase, let me sleep on it, right? So set the intention before you get some rest. Set the intention. Invite the energy of the Luna moth. Say, I know that this will bring me good luck. I invite in the good luck in making this decision so that it has the highest outcome. And I set this intention as I go to sleep that the right decision is going to come to me. It's either going to come in a dream or I'm going to be guided to it in some way when I wake up. The trust. Always make a plan, but then trust and lead with your heart. Trust and lead with your heart. This is a good sign that whatever it is that you're feeling indecisive about, there's hope, there's good luck, this is a good omen. Connect into yourself in this indecisiveness and trust that the waters of your subconscious, that emotional layer, that subconscious veil, will help to reveal, okay, the correct, I don't want to say the correct way. It doesn't matter what people choose, regardless, your life is going to play out how it's meant to, and Spirit will always be there for you, no matter if you take a left or a right? But in this moment, if you put the intention for the decision with the highest good and the highest outcome, this is a good omen that you will be led towards that path. So to release that worry and to just go inwards and trust. Release that worry in your mind, okay? Don't worry about that indecision, those conflicting thoughts. Go inwards and trust and set that intention, because this is a good omen that things are going to reserve for the highest. They're going to resolve for the highest good. This is a good omen. So thank you, Luna Moth, for showing up. And I'll throw a little picture at the end of this reading of the moth that came by. So the Six of Wands is victory and recognition. So whatever it is that you were indecisive about, right? This is a hopeful outcome. This is telling you this is a good luck omen. This right here is stating the outcome that it's showing is victory. So, right, you've got the laurel, the wreath that normally is worn upon the victor's head, right? You've got the wands. In this case, they almost look like fireworks and celebrations. It actually, and perhaps it's because it's coming up, I'm seeing like the sparklers that you light up for the 4th of, well, in the United States for the 4th of July, but I'm sure people use it in different countries for different types of celebrations or what have you. So I'm just seeing the sparklers. I'm just thinking of fireworks. It doesn't necessarily have to be with that holiday, but I'm seeing sparklers going off. So this could, the fact that the 4th of July came in, perhaps something is coming around that time. Time frames are fluid, so please take that with a grain of salt. It could be that you're going to be celebrating with family in some type of celebration. So I think of people coming together at that time, but whatever it is, there's a victorious feeling. There's some type of celebration that's coming. Perhaps after that indecision, that moment of indecision, there is definitely going to be fireworks and victory, and it feels like unity. Let's see, I don't know. Do I see anything else in this picture? I feel like this is you, right? And everybody's like, woo, like they're lighting their fireworks, but you're shining brightly. There's just this triumphant celebration, and everybody's joining together. And you know, whether or not you feel like you have I hope that my hope is always the greatest hope for everyone, right? So I would hope that you have a community to celebrate with. But regardless, know that whether or not you feel you have that community, like spiritually, the universe, your guides, you are being cheered on. So this may be manifest in physical, okay? But it could also be in non-physical. So this could also be like your guides and stuff cheering you on, like, yes, they did it. Woohoo. Like, there's definitely joy here and victory here, right? Or some sort of victory. There's something happening here that feels like celebration. And it feels light, okay? So even though there's smoke in this picture, I feel a lot of light and just pure joy and happiness. And it feels like you're going to have a real moment of levity and release and, I've made it to this step. And that doesn't mean we don't continue to grow and there's possibly more things to do. But in this moment, there's a moment of savoring, right? Finally taking in the moment and savoring where you've made it, how you've made it through. This is gorgeous. So that's exciting. This feels like an awakening, a transition, a transitioning moment, an awakening moment, a moving into a higher vibration moment, right? So you went through these times or are going through these times of indecision. You're setting the intention for the path that is hopeful and the best for you, and you have these good omens coming in. You're going to, in making those decisions and leading to the highest good and trusting and going inwards and making that decision, you're going to have victory. And this is going to lead to awakening. It's going to lead to that transition of life as it was and life as you are coming to see it now into the new chapter that you are going to be creating. And again, I feel like, the one holding the trumpet at this time is you. Like, I feel like this is you going like, yeah, I did it. That is funny. This card came in, the other week. So, Judgment's wanting to judge. No, I'm just kidding. But Judgment's really coming through like a lot in these readings. So, take of it as you will. But it could be more that you are on an awakening path or a transitioning path that is leading to a new perspective and a new way of seeing things. That's just beautiful. And, it feels like it's also inspiring others to reach up, to reach higher. It feels like this collective as a whole, right? There's multiple people here that are going through a transition of sorts to an awakening, to a higher way of seeing things, to a joy, to a trust of the universe, to knowing that everything is going to be okay, to setting out those good intentions, to being mindful of like the thoughts and the energy that we put out. So there's a new way of expressing, right? And this feels like a collective. This is a collective group. So you're all here. And yes, it feels like, even in you and doing this, are inspiring others around you, but collectively this whole group is going through this bit of awakening, and in going and doing that and being that person that goes through these steps, you're kind of light up others around you, because they're going to be like, wow, like, what is it that you're doing? And you're like, I'm being very intentional about the energy I put out. I am trusting that all is going to be well. Like, I'm believing in the good and I'm living the good. I am a living good proof of that. I know that the universe has my back. I know that everyone's going to be okay. I'm not feeding into that negative energy, and I've seen that because I trusted it. I looked inward. I trusted myself. I've been receiving these good omens, and what's come of it is a light, of me being a light, of others being light, of there being celebrations and victories, be it small, be it big, and it's leading to this. I know this, I'm witnessing this, I feel it in my bones, I feel it to the depth of the soul that is I, the consciousness that I am completely all of me, and in embodying that and being that, it's going to create a ripple effect through the world. So this is beautiful. This is a really, really, really beautiful reading, and I'm very excited for you. And I'm happy that you're in this transition. And obviously, that's possibly one of the reasons you're here, right? You started tuning into different readings and such, and feeling that greater connection, that things are coming through to you, and you're just like, wait, hold on, I was just talking about that, or oh, I was just looking at moths, or I was thinking about getting some sparklers, like little things that might be actual physical things that are like jumping out to you. And then you're like, wait, how did I end up on this reading? Trust that the universe has your highest good in mind. Trust that the intentions that you put out will bring things to you, and the universe will conspire to make things happen for you and work through. So like, be in that light, be in that positive, believe. Let go of those worries, go inwards and trust yourself. Trust that you yourself, trust that you have the answers. Trust that when you lead with your heart, things will work out. Trust that the universe will meet you. Do the work and continue to trust and move forward, and obviously always be safe, but trust, move forward, and know that the universe is going to meet you and continue to lift you up, and it wants to lift up all. So just keep living in that light, keep moving in that forward energy and that victorious state and that light way, and everything will continue to awaken and to connect and to be together. It's glorious and together and amazing and beautiful. So this is beautiful. I'm going to pull some cards. I like to pull 2 different decks, see what messages want to come through. So let's see where I'm pulled and what further messages Spirit wants to bring through. Okay, the first one that came through to me is the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. Let's go ahead and look into this and see what messages Spirit wants to bring through. All right, Spirit, what other messages would like to come through for the collective? Or what more would you like to add to this message, Spirit? What else would like to come through for this collective, Spirit? What else would like to come through? Okay, I'm trusting the stop. Ocean of emotion. I like that's rhyming. Find a safe space to express your true feelings. All right, let's read into this and see what wants to come through. All right, guidebook says, find a safe place to express your true feelings. Dreams voice the unvarnished truth of emotions and intuitions and set a standard of personal honesty for who you really are. Message: explore the realm of your inner mystery and synergy with the cycles of life. You are, after all, made of over 70% water, salt water, and that allows you to flow, float, splash, and be buoyant in the sea of life. I want to stop here really quickly and mention Veda Austin. She is doing works and studies with hydroglyphs where she is putting words sometimes and then freezing the water, and different glyphs are showing up within the water and different intentions. I think it's very powerful and important work that she's doing, as it shows, and other scientists have shown that water has memory. So please do, if you're drawn to this, look that up, because I feel like, just like this is saying, that we are 70% water or over. I don't know the exact percentages. It is important to, like this was saying, speak with intention, be mindful of the energy you're putting out into the world, but also into yourself. So the fact that it's speaking this, you may or may not be interested in that. Look up Veda Austin, Veda, Austin, Austin. I think she's from Australia. And the work that she's looking into, and just perhaps do some research, because it may inspire you to just, be a little bit more kind, loving with the words that you speak to yourself and to others, and the energy that you're putting out in this whole transition and this awakening and this cycle that's happening. Okay, so allow the ocean to remind you of how vast, powerful, playful, and moody you can be. As the ocean is in constant motion and associated with the tides, it is a reminder of the ebb and flow of feminine energy. And this can be for anyone, okay? You don't have to be male, female, non-binary. This is for anyone, okay? Consider your emotions to be your allies, informants, and friends. If you allow them, they will always lead you to the most magnificent treasure chest at the bottom of your ocean floor. And this could be tying into that indecisiveness that you're going through, that indecision that you're feeling right now. So perhaps expressing your feelings, journaling it, maybe, meditating on it, connecting into how you're feeling will help, right? So this could be also helping, giving advice for that. Dream symbol, ocean. Okay, so this is if you dream of it. Dreams of the ocean are often a message to go with the flow. The dreams can reflect your relationship with the feminine mystery. They can also support you towards becoming masterful in the domain of emotions. This dream may be a message to more fully explore and experience your feelings. Cry, laugh, yell into a pillow, or howl at the full moon with the goal of having your feelings without them having you and sweeping you off to sea. I don't mean to get into religion. I know many people here may or may not follow different things or lack thereof. I saw someone speak to the Ascended Master that people refer to as Jesus Christ when he was here. And they say that he walked on water. And I saw an interpretation of that being that he learned to not be overtaken by his emotions. Like, we're here to experience, we're here to love in full abundance, but to allow the flow of them and to not, be quick to anger or, those type of things that can over encumber you, to stop your flow when, you're like, oh, I can't cry about this. And you hold it in, you kind of create a dam. Like, he learned to live in a state of vibration and learn to walk on water, so to speak. He witnessed his emotions. He was aware of what he was feeling. He felt what he needed to feel, but he was not drowned by them. He was not pulled in a negative aspect by them. It is like, okay, this is what I'm going through. This is why I'm going through it. Okay, I'm aware of this sensation because I am a soul that is a part of the universe and all, and I am experiencing this. Okay, how do I move forth with the highest good? Like, he was very, like, a mystic and even keeled, and yeah, so there could be speaking to that, doing that work with learning to observe and, just like an emotion can pass. Like, you are not that emotion. You are the consciousness. You are the awareness that is aware of, I feel sad. I am this. I am that. Okay. You are not the feeling. You are the awareness of the feeling. I'm tangenting, but you are the awareness of the feeling, which means you are the consciousness that is observing the state and the experience with which you are in. So take that as it resonates or don't. Okay, just wanted to throw it out there. Mantra: with each emotional wave I experience, I discover more of my inner treasure. So, beautiful. All right. The other deck that I was pulled to is Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Let's go ahead and see what wants to come through. Okay, Spirit. What else would like to come through for this collective in this reading today? Whenever they come upon this reading, that it is for them. What else? What other message would like to come through? Spirit. What other message would like to come through for this collective? Okay, I'm trusting this stop. It is Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group, and Library. Interesting. I know this is a collective reading, but I really got a lot of collective energy here in the Judgment card. So let's see. Let's see what has to come through with this. I'm going to put this like, let me put these other cards down. I'm going to put these like this for right now. So that it reads, because I feel like this is going with this one. All right. All right, and the book says, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group, Library. In the hidden worlds, we have places and beings who are literally the storehouses of wisdom of the ages. The Akashic libraries do not always appear as books of light, although this is one of their forms. So too are the whales and their song, which also hold part of the great wisdom necessary for the universe to continue. This tree is but one of those places, and perhaps it is yours. This tree, when meditated upon, when connected with in the true sense, can offer you the wisdom of your soul kinship group. Ancestral knowledge, yes, but there is a collective wisdom, a soul group of which you are a part, and through connecting with this tree, imagining it, feeling it, serving it, honoring it, you can keep the balance of the universe alive. This tree hosts the spark of your soul and all of its wisdom, which is, as we have learned, vast and impossible to apprehend within one lifetime. Every moment of wisdom you have, every second in which you choose to express kindness and compassion, feeds the tree of light. So that's what I was talking about, being kind, setting with intention, this collective energy, this awakening. Thank you, Spirit, again for this confirmation. This is confirming what was coming through with the cards. Awesome. Okay. Feeds the tree of light, this tree of souls. Okay. And in return, this nourishes all of the other souls connected to the tree. For we are unique and individual souls, yes, yet we are one. And this is a place where we come together, a tribe of light. Like I say, my fellow light travelers, right? My fellow lights and light travelers, that's you. Leaves on the tree, its roots shining and vast, and we are sheltered, nourished, as keepers of the light. This is your soul tree. Know that you are not alone. That's what I was saying earlier. Even if you feel like you don't, you do. Even if you feel like you don't have a community, you do. I felt the need to say that, and that's coming through again. You are not alone. You are not alone, okay? This is your soul tree. Know that you are not alone, and that every act of what you would call goodness benefits not only others in the human world, but the progression of their soul through its path in the universe. Every soul a star shimmering upon this tree of light. Illumination. I belong to the universe, and I am part of a great collective of souls who help and nurture each other throughout lifetimes. So all of you that are here more than likely could be in this. You know what? No. I think we're all connected, full stop. I think there's soul groups, so yes, we're all connected. And if you're here, you're part of this collective, full stop, full stop, full stop. You are here, you are a fellow light, you are on this light journey, full stop. We are all collected. There are also other subgroups of people that are coming in and living that life at the same time as you, so it could be siblings, friends, your cat, your dog, you know, your fish, your hamster, whatever it may be. Okay, souls that come in to live these lives, and so it'll manifest in different ways. So you have that collective as well, but you're also part of this collective. You are not alone. Your guides are with you. The universe is with you. It brought you here to hear this message. Okay, it brought you here in this time of transition, in this time of awakening for yourself and for others, to help you to remember. Okay, it's setting out this message, if you choose to take it or not, of this connection, of this collective, of this light, that you are not alone, that we're all here together doing the work together. And there are those across the veil as well in other dimensions that are also doing this work with us. Your angels, your guides, your ancestors, your soul troop, okay? We're all here. You are not alone. And don't worry with what's worrying you. Trust, turn inwards. You're going to be victorious about this. You're not alone. You know, feel out what's going on, right? Write down those emotions. Lean into them. If you need someone, go to someone, okay? So always, you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, whether it be like, I'm feeling depressed, you know, try to find a doctor. If a friend that you can talk to, journaling it out. Know that you're not alone. There's hotlines if you need it. Okay, that's for some people. That's not for all of this collective, but I want to throw it out there for those people who may be feeling alone. And, you know, for the other people, if it's just, you know, I'm feeling very emotional about this decision, or I'm very excited about this or that, or I'm not sure what to do in this particular instance of what's happening, breathe into yourself. Trust that you're going to make the right decision. You're getting good omens here, lucky omens, okay? You're on the right path. You're going to have victory. There's going to be celebration. I feel celebration here. I really feel celebration here. Like, I feel celebration here. So whatever's coming is going to feel very light and joyous. I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. And you're part of this collective, this awakening, this transition that's happening. This is one way in which it's manifesting, but it's also manifesting at a bigger level. So Spirit's coming through and saying, like, yes, you are part of this collective. We are part of this light. You are that light. You are that light. You are that light, okay? We are that light together, and all is well, and all is going to be well, and it's good. And yes. Anyways. So, beautiful message today. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through. I appreciate you letting me connect to your energies, and I look forward to reading for you again in the future. If you want a personal reading, if you want a deep dive on something else, I am always open. I have my Etsy and my Ko-Fi. If not, I welcome you back to this channel. Please subscribe, share, like, give it a thumbs up. It helps push the algorithm out, and also that feeds your algorithm. If you're having channels like mine that are just more positive, you're going to feed that into your algorithm, okay, and you're going to get more of that content that just helps to, I don't know, set that intention and that energy that you're putting out in the universe. So thank you again for being here. I look forward to you all and reading with you all again next week, and just sending you lots of light, and you know, looking forward to whatever it is that's going to be victorious coming at your light. So, yay! All right, see you all again next time. Bye.